Thus the Lord, as collective of lords, established the 5 peoples who were saved from Pan, and he commanded them to preserve Panic words in their respective countries, which they did, and many of which exist to this day. As a result, many Japanese, Chinese, East Indian, Central American, Algonquin, and Phoenician words are nearly identical in sound and meaning, especially as spoken by the uneducated. And the sound and sharp plays a conspicuous part. Here follows what became of these Ihans, the 5 peoples who were saved from the sinking of Pan in the Pacific Ocean, namely, those that came to Guatama, America, survived 21,000 years, and then became extinct. Those that came to Jaffeth, China, survived 21,000 years, and then became extinct. Those that came to Shem, India, survived 12,000 years, and then became extinct by amalgamation, by genetic mixing. Nevertheless, in the hundreds of years after, there came into Shem, India, Ihans from Japheth, China, who survived thousands of years. Also, there were Ihan migrants from Ham, Africa, coming into Shem, India. Those that came to Ham, Africa, survived 21,000 years, and then became extinct by amalgamation, by genetic mixing. Those of Guatama, America, attained to 1,000 large cities, and 3,000 small cities, being more than 4 million souls, overall. And they never had any king or queen, or other ruler, except the Lord, who ministered to them through the city fathers. And there attained their sacred name of Guatama to the last of them. But the Ahuans called them Echlapan, signifying, people of another world, of another continent. And the North American Indians still have a legend of the mound builders, that they were people who came from another world and dwelt on earth for a long season, to teach them of the Great Spirit, and of the summer land in the sky. And in the course of time they, of Guatama, of America, became diminutive, and lost their desire to marry. And there came great darkness, that is, Akakak, on the earth, with falling ashes, heat, and fevers, and so the Lord took them up to heaven. Those of Japheth, China, attained to 2,000 large cities, and 7,000 small ones, being more than 8 million souls, overall. And they had no king, serving the Lord only. And there attained to the end of their line, the name Jaffeth, but the Ahuans called them Tuagit, signifying, people of spirit light. And there came Agi on the earth, and it touched them, of Japheth, of China, with impotency, and they brought forth no more heirs, so the Lord took them home. Those of Shem, India, attained to 600 large cities, and 2,000 small cities, being more than 2 million souls, overall. Nor did they have any king, but they served the Lord through the city fathers. And there attained their name, Shem, to the last of them. But the Ahuans called them Srivid'i, signifying, people of the true light, woman-like. And impotence came upon them, and they disappeared, even as a drop of water in the sunlight, and no man knew when they ceased to be. But hoping to preserve their seed to the Lord, many of them, of Shem, of India, married with the Ahuans, but their children became Ahuans also, having neither the silken hair nor the musical voices of the Ihans, nor the light of the upper heavens. Those of Ham, Africa, attained to 1,200 large cities, and 3,000 small cities, being 4 million souls, overall. But, being of mixed colors, they did not become impotent. But they broke the law of God more than all other faithists, being of warm blood, of ardent passion, and they mixed greatly with the Ahuans. And they had no kings or queens, serving the Lord only, through the city fathers. And there attained the name of Ham to the end of their line, when they ceased to exist as a separate people because of their amalgamation, their genetic mixing, with the Ahuans. Regarding the tribes that went in the 2 ships to the north land, which is to say, Japan, after 1,000 years, no man could draw the line between them and the Ahuans, for they mingled with them, and were lost, as Ahins. Nevertheless, they redeemed the barbarians into wisdom and peace.